Hey everyone. So, today we're starting a new series actually, officially for the month of October. And it's going to be Fatal Frame 4, or also known as Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar or Mask of Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. This is the game that has the in the name, unlike Maiden of Blackwater, instead of it being Maiden of the Blackwater. Now, I didn't actually look up anything about this, but let me check one quick thing. No, not Maiden. Mask. Lunar Eclipse. I believe this one was the Wii U title. Or it was a Wii U. No. This is the Wii title, right. So, this game used to be a Wii exclusive for some reason. Well, I know the reason. The reason why is because they wanted to show off like the Wii's potential for if you ever played a survival horror game back in 2008, which is when this game came out, on the Wii, a lot of them tried to do the whole thing where you were like, oh, well, you're holding the Wii remote. It's like you're holding a flashlight, or when you're holding the Wii remote, it's like you're holding a flashlight, because that's what they wanted to invoke. That's the feeling they wanted to invoke. That's what they wanted you to feel when you were playing through a game like this, where you holding the Wii remote was equivalent to you holding a flashlight. That's it. That's the only reason why this game was a Wii exclusive. And that's it. Literally no other reason. I'm not sure why they just didn't get it, like take it out of the Wii, like put it on the 360, put it on the PS3, put it literally anywhere else as well. But they were like, nope, you're holding the Wiimote, that's like a flashlight. We're gonna develop a whole game around this. And that's why this game got made, basically. And that's what happened with a lot of Wii titles back in the day. They're like, well, we could do something unique with the Wii remote, might as well do it. And then they would. And it was But either way, from what I've heard, from what I've been told, specifically while playing through Maiden of Blackwater, which is Fatal Frame 5, is that that Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is the scariest of the Fatal Frame series. And I hope that's true. My hopes are not super high up there, but I really hope it is. As you've seen through my playthroughs, if you've been here before, I don't really get scared while playing games, so that's, unfortunate for some people. But it's also, I guess, a benefit, as some people like to get scared while, say, the streamer isn't scared, or they want to see the game without someone screaming or something every 5 seconds. So I hope this game is actually, terrifying, because that's why I love playing these games. I love the concept of, well, just taking pictures of ghosts that are super up close and personal with you. Yeah, or that too. Like, some people do prefer when the streamer is calm, specifically I assume in terrifying or scary situations. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I've never played this one. I have no idea what it's about, but I hope it is as scary as people tend to say. So let me get Mask of the Lunar Eclipse up and running, and then we'll swap over to it. To my knowledge, this game does not have jiggle physics like they did with Fatal Frame 5. So that's a good thing, in my opinion. I hope the ghosts don't have jiggle physics. That'd be fucking weird. But we'll see what happens. I'm just modify the audio a tiny bit on my end for myself. Now, I did do some testing off stream, just to make sure that the game was great, that it had good audio and the like, and it sounded pretty good so far. One thing that I love about this port, this is the 2023 re-release, right, the remaster or whatever, is that in the options, if you go to display and sound, you're given an option for the music, for the voice, for sound effects, for everything. It's so fucking good. Why couldn't Maiden of Blackwater have this? I don't recall it having this. I remember looking for stuff like this specifically. I think it was just like master volume and like that's it. So if you lowered the volume, well, you lowered everything. My God. Again, I don't remember because it's like we did this like a month ago. We did Made in the Blackwater a month ago, and that's when I set it all up way back in the day. So I have no idea what this game's about specifically. Like Made in the Blackwater, you can kind of assume, you know, it involved some chick and black water, and then we found out what it was about. Here, I mean, I'm gonna assume there is some mask in some temple that's holding back some strange force, because there's gonna be a lunar eclipse soon. I assume that's what's gonna happen. And if I just hit the nail on the head, well, that just means, you know, I'm just a big Fatal Frame fan, which I kind of am. Especially again if you've just seen any of these like playthroughs, because we've done Fatal Frame 1, 2, and 3. We did those like 2 years ago, so they're already like up on YouTube. And then we just finished Fatal Frame 5, which actually finished premiering on YouTube like this week. So if you want to catch up on those, edited with me cutting out some of the backtracking that we had to do near the fucking end, then you can watch it there. But for now, let's actually start Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. And we're gonna play it on hard, because I hope it's actually hard. This is one of the cool things about this game too. When I saw this, I was like, dude, I'm so excited. It lets me start off like playing on hard right away. Instead of, oh, finish the game on normal or on easy, and then you've unlocked normal. Because my God, I hate when games do that. But as usual, this game is a work of fiction. Any similarities to actual organization, blah, 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 purely coincidental. Now, there should be an opening cutscene, so I'm going to be quiet for this.
Madoka, なんか思い出せた？ずいぶん前のことだし。私たち5人が映っていたのは確かにこの建物ね。ねえ美咲、本当にここに来ればよかったのかな。写真の場所でも何も思い出せなかったし。もう帰ろう。私の言う通りにしてればいいの。まどかもあんな風になりたいの？そう、私たちを見てしまった。次は私たちの番だ。神隠しにあった5人が順番に。やめてよ。そういえばこの感じ。どこに連れて行くの？連れて行かないで。美咲。
So Prelude, Blossoming, Madoka Tsukimori. So, basic controls as usual. This basically plays just like the last game, or, well, the next game, Made in the Blackwater. So it's just your usual, move around, and then you get objectives, right? So we can always check the menu to see what's next. And then there it is. But yeah, so here's our protagonist, or one of them, I assume. Her name is Madoka. And yeah, I have no idea where we are. This seems to be like some abandoned mansion, or maybe it might be some shrine. It looks more like a mansion though, or like some old home, or maybe some abandoned building, like, you know, like a government building or something. I don't know. And I believe, yeah, so that's the regular menu, and then this is the map as usual. Yeah, because they always flip them for some reason. But let's start checking around. So photos lie scattered on top of the cabinet and in the drawer. The photos have faded and are no longer recognizable. Interesting. So yeah, you can see where they kind of put attention to detail for this remaster. Obviously, the characters being the primary focus for this remaster, because the second you look at that shattered glass, if you look carefully, you can see some very, very, very crusty pixels. You can see some really crusty pixels. Those are some 2008 JPEGs. If you look at the lamp, do you see how simple the lamp's design is? Mind you, this could be a lamp that you could see in real life, like just simple jagged edges like those. But it's still pretty funny. That's it. They're like, all right, well, let's focus on some things, and like I guess big objects will get remastered, everything else will not. Because if we look at these walls, if you look at those textures, God, they're so old and crusty. But what can we examine here? Is the pictures or this? A rusted newspaper rack containing several ancient-looking newspapers. The paper crumbles to the touch, and the print is too faded to read. I can't even tell that that's a that this is supposed to be newspaper. The notice board is covered in old photos. The photos have faded and are no longer recognizable. Then we've got a light, which I assume this is where we came from. And of course, like in other Fatal Frame titles, you can run. You can run in this game. This is our current walking speed. And this is our running speed. This is how fast Madoka runs. Now, I want you to put yourself in her shoes. You're in some abandoned building, right? The person you came with is gone. Like, they've left you because you got distracted, I don't know, thinking about some traumatic event in your past. There's gonna be ghosts in this, like, building, I assume. And if you need to run away from them, this is your max running speed. You daintily, like, skitter your feet over the floor. And this is about as fast as you move. It's so stupid. But alright, let's actually play the game now. So let's just get to exploring. I'll let the atmosphere kick in and so on and so forth. So let's check this door. I assume they want us to go upstairs, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so the door's locked. Then there's this empty hallway. Yeah, this seems to be like some building. Might have been like a museum or the entrance to one or something. There's masks. Yeah, you can run. And yeah, there's quick turning. So yeah, like if I just press back right now, she turns around. Which is a very useful feature. So if I just do this, and then if I hold the running button, the camera will immediately shift, which is a great feature. So, sinister masks are on display. Interesting. I mean, they do look kind of neat. What do you have? This one has like bone braids, kind of. No, they're just braids. These two as well. Again, it's just a shame that the JPEGs are so crusty. If this was like a 2024 remaster, they probably would have done like AI upscaling for that. More than likely. Or never mind. Lace curtains blackened with mold hang in front of an old frosted glass window. A cold atmosphere hangs oppressively just outside the thin glass. That's terrifying. Especially the mold part. Is that Misaki's flashlight on the floor? Your flashlight illuminates the dark areas and helps you investigate your surroundings. Use the right stick to shine the flashlight. Oh no. No, it's not Misaki's. She's
美咲美咲
Right. So this is a kind of like. Oh wait. Yeah. So this is what the Wii gameplay I assume was all about. This right here. You get your flashlight, shine it. Like that's what you gotta do. And that was more than likely like the huge like draw to this game. The word courtyard is written above an ivy pattern. The arrow is pointing to the door on the right. So we can try to probably like open it, but she's not gonna let us. Yeah. Gotta find Misaki. Then more of these same masks. Oh. A faded old photo in the frame. It's hard to tell what was being photographed. Okay. And anything else? Nope. Unless this tells us something. Nope. It must be locked from the inside. Misaki.
ここに鍵があるかも
Oh, it's a hospital? Is this a hospital? Maybe. Okay. No, it might be. It might be like some very old clinic. And this got moved. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that there was like a screen or something covering up this area. Makes you wonder how these are on as well. Considering that, again, this is supposed to be like some abandoned building. And then that's for, what, fire hose? No. I can't read that kanji. I can read the fire kanji in the middle. Or the kanji for flame in the middle. But not the ones next to it. So yeah, just expect a lot of the doors in this area to be locked. Because it's, you know, the starting area, it's pretty linear. But I'm checking them just in case. There's a shrine entrance, or what were these called again? It's a gate, but not this not this gate, but a tori gate, I believe is what they're called. The ones in the back, or the one in the back. Oh yeah, can we check behind us? Probably not.
部屋に戻りなさい。
Control room. Summer's end. The curtains part to reveal the room's interior, but it's too dark to make anything out clearly. And this again. Okay. I'm gonna assume we can't open any of these. And can we open this gate at all? I don't see like an open prompt or anything. No. So either I'm blind or there's like a door right here. I'm blind. Great start. So what might those be? Oh, it's just like the little pillars that hold up like this stand or whatever. I thought they were like crushed cans for a second. And there's a doll down there. There's no one here. You can examine various objects found in your environment. Objects that can be examined will glimmer when you shine your flashlight over them. Okay. Like the doll. Ah, like that. If an object shines after you pass your light over it, you can reach out with your hand to examine it. So stand next to it, and then it's going to be the whole... It's the same thing as Fatal Frame 5, where you can reach out for it, and then there's a chance that a hand will, like, probably pop out. So something's written on the paper. The nurse's memo. I put the keys to the museum on top of my desk. There are lots of irreplaceable objects in the museum, so please take care to keep the doors locked at all times. So it is a museum. Oh. And either that's... I don't know if you're seeing this, but on the bottom right, we have a meter, right? Or a little light that turns on. I assume that's supposed to guide you towards an object. Like if something is visible or something. Interesting. Some old audio equipment. And books.
名前が書いてある。
Nurses' uniforms and other items are scattered inside the display case. Interesting. And then... a metal rack has collapsed, strewing files and cardboard boxes over the floor. The door is blocked by piles of objects and can't be opened. And this is, of course, your typical survival horror. Very simple thing to fix that could kind of let you go into another room, but protagonist won't do it. So, Ivy pattern key. Found a small ivy pattern key with museum engraved on it. This is the key for the room Misaki went into. Or Misaki went into. So we can open up the menu, and we can view the map, and use items as well. And then we can do this to open up the map screen, right? Alright. So now we've officially confirmed that we are in a museum. Now, so far, unlike every other... Now, unlike the previous games, the protagonists don't seem to open the door incredibly slowly like they used to. So if you've been playing, say, Fatal Frame 1, 2, and 3, and then you get to this one, the 4th entry, every time you would open a door, the character would have a slight delay to the door opening. As in, they would kind of put their hands up to the door, and then like hold it for like a second or two and then open it, which kind of gave you this feel that the protagonist was a little scared to, you know, continue or to open the door. Here Madoka just fucking goes for it. She just like doesn't care. She's like, fuck it, I'm gonna open the door. And then they brought it back, it seems, for Fatal Frame 5, Mask of Lunar Eclipse, where, or sorry, not Mask of Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater, where I'm gonna be getting both of those fucking games confused now, or their names in my head. Anyway, in 5, she actually opens the door like just a little bit slowly, and then she goes through. Here, as you can tell, like we just turn the doorknob and then go through. It's quite interesting. Now we can proceed. So we use the IV pattern key in its 240p like resolution.
Misaki?
Interesting. I still have no idea why we're inside of a museum, but a collection of old books. The name Kunihiko Aso can just about be made out in places. Wasn't it the name of the folklorist? It might be. Worn books line the glass case. Dampness has caused the print to run, making them illegible. That really sucks. Moisture's so terrible, dude. I'm pretty sure Aso was the name of the folklorist from Fatal Frame. Like, the guy that just documents all this stuff. Oh. And here they are, right? An assortment of cameras. They all seem rather antiquated. And then what's this? this? What's this? It's just an old camera, but there's something about it. What could it be? Worn books line the shattered glass case. What do we have here? Right, my bad. So, the name Kunihiko Aso was written on it, or is written on it. So, Professor Aso's notes. Those with spiritual potential can see shadows, forms invisible to the average person. The souls of the dead, vestiges of thought left behind in a place. My camera obscura was created to capture these clues to the spirit world, and I now have a chance to improve its capabilities even further. In the course of my research here, I have discovered that the material used in mask making on Rogetsu Isle can improve the camera obscura's ability to capture those shadowy forms on film. I have also come to believe that the camera obscura holds a power greater than I had ever expected. This is the power of the camera obscura to affect these shadows when photographing them. It's something like the exorcism that those with spiritual potential refer to. It is my experiments on this island that have brought me to this bold conviction. I've decided to donate a camera obscura to the owner of the hotel. I did not explain why I was donating it, but I cannot help but feel that there will come a day when this island will need the power of the camera obscura. I can only hope that I'm wrong and that such a day will never come. Right. Oh. So, camera obscura. An old camera. This must be Professor Aso's camera obscura. So, camera obscura is a special camera with the power to view and seal away the inconceivable. When a wraith appears, you can seal it away by taking photos of it with a camera obscura. So they're not spirits, they're not ghosts in this game, they're wraiths. So of course, same thing. And we can log on. Nice. So first kill. Defeat a wraith for the first time. It's gone. Was that a person? So already compared to at least 5, because again, it's been a while since I've played 1, 2, and 3. But compared to 5, which we just finished, this game doesn't warn you, at least so far, about shutter chances or, fatal frames. If you remember when we were playing through 5, whenever a ghost was about to attack, you would have the little light at the top of the camera start beeping red, and you would have a sound effect play, which I feel that kind of made the game a little too easy. Here you kind of have to react accordingly, and if you paid attention, whenever the ghost attacked us, I would take a picture, and then you would see 0 shot on the left, which means it was a fatal frame. I believe I might be able to see it here as well. Yeah, so here's the 2 pictures that we've taken. So, yeah, So that's a fatal frame. And then there's also a fatal frame. Apparently we overkilled the ghost, which is hilarious. But yeah, we've got no more film. We just have the Type 7. And that's about it. So I've mentioned this like in every playthrough of Fatal Frame, but I'll do it here real quick. Just so that you're all on the same page. Okay. So a camera obscura, what we have right now, a camera obscura in our world, as in real life, is not a camera that can take pictures of ghosts. The short of it is, a camera obscura is a black box, or is a dark box, in which you poke a hole into it. So you have a box that has no light that can go through it, right? So just imagine a cardboard box that has been, like, let's say, heavily taped up, right? No light can enter this box. You then poke a hole inside of it from one of the sides, and then you let light shine in. What will then happen is that light will reflect within the box itself, but upside down, and project an image. So let's say you are standing outside in the field in front of a tree, right? You're a few feet or a few meters away from a tree. You poke a hole, and then you hold the box, up to the tree. What's going to happen is the light that reflects off, or that shines onto the tree and then bounces off of the leaves, the bark, the grass underneath, the dirt, everything, will then basically go through that tiny hole, and it will reflect within the box, just upside down. Right? That's essentially what a camera obscura is. Imagine like a primitive projector. In this game, a camera obscura is a camera that is used to fight ghosts. That's the prelude. So it was pretty short. Not bad. We got a ghost fight, and yeah.
誰も覚えていないことは存在しないことになるのだろうか。私には小さい頃の記憶がない。私がいた島のこと、住んでいた家のこと、そして父のことも。私たちが神隠しにあった以前のことは何も思い出せない。一緒に見つかった4人もあの時のことは覚えていない。かすかに思い出せるのは一つの旋律。いつもここで途切れてしまう。音楽とともによみがえる記憶のかけら。この記憶はあれが老月と2人の友達が死んだ。マリエとトモエ。神隠しにあったうちの2人。まどかは 美咲と島に行くと私に告げ、戻ってない。
あの島へは近寄らないで、ルカ。お母さん、知らない方がいいことがあるの。
でも私は確かめたい。あの時何があったのか、そして失った記憶の先に何があるのか。
Summoning Ruka Minazuki. Now before we continue, this is a picture of like a diagram of a camera obscura, just real quick, like one from real life. So this is what they look like. This is not necessarily a camera obscura, but it's a depiction of how they work. So on the left, you just have an empty room, a room that is completely empty, completely sealed off from light is what I mean. So there is no light inside of that room except for a tiny hole in which light from the outside world can enter it. And then if you look on the left side, the boy that's sitting next to that statue is being reflected just upside down. And that's basically it. That's just what a camera obscura is. You can easily make one. It's really not hard if you want to make one yourself. You just need a cardboard box, basically. So it's pretty simple. It's a very simple concept, but again, like I mentioned this in 5. Artists used to use camera obscuras to draw, so they would have some scenery in the background. Actually, kind of like this. Let me put this one on screen. So this is a slightly blurrier image, but you kind of get the idea. So you would have a guy in a box, right? And then you would have the camera obscura actually reflect the outside world, as you can see, just upside down, and then the guy would sketch it. And that's how we used to get such detailed sketches of like the world back in the day, which is crazy. It is such an interesting like concept. So they would lock themselves in these rooms and then just, do the outside world. They would just sketch it. But either way. Yeah, it is a lot, like, it's a lot easier to just kind of trace something upside down, if I'm honest. Eventually we got, like, portable versions of it where you would have, like, a sketch pad with, like, a little mirror, and it would do something very similar. So, we can start snap mode. If you find an interesting location, try taking a picture. Okay. You can freely position and manipulate the character. Oh. This is just photo mode. Are you serious? Yeah, who cares? I mean, thanks for adding it, I suppose. But alright. What was our objective, actually? Reach these, or search the area. Alright. I remember. A photo. I know this place. Somehow. So this is the Tori gate that we saw playing as Madoka. And then that should be the locked gate. Yep. And then the nurse's, like, office is up here. Interesting. Here we have a gramophone. Yeah, an old gramophone. The platter is coated in dust, and the needle has rusted away. And some super old sofas. Or sofa chairs. Radiator. These windows are pretty neat. They look like bells. What else do we have here? Is that the kanji for love? I can't tell. You know what? Let me try seeing if I can read this. By read, I mean I'm gonna like try to just translate this on the fly real quick. So give me a sec. So, this says, let me try to type it out, or write it out, I mean. So the first character is... Shoal. And then we've got... Utsuke, which is reception. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because this would be the entrance to the museum. And then we've got some super old and complicated kanji underneath. Which is... God. Like, imagine having to type or write that out, actually. Like, by hand. Every single time. And it's Mutsumi, which is probably read in a different manner. Mutsuki. Okay, so I assume that's the name of the museum. So this is the reception for Mutsuki. Alright. Well, now we know where we're at. And an old clock. A tall grandfather clock. Instead of numerals, the faces show phases of the moon. Or the face shows phases of the moon. That's pretty neat, actually. That's super fucking cool. So new moon, and then, yeah, and then that's 6, it's a full moon. It's super cool, actually. A clock like that. And we can't go back here. Oh, the door is, kicked in. A pen holder and a bell are positioned on the reception counter. The bell's plating has come off and it no longer rings. And then the phone? A pen holder and a bell, yeah? Oh, nothing about the phone? Alright. So since you're a new character, do you run differently, I wonder? You can save the game by pressing B in front of one of the yellow lanterns found at different locations throughout the game. Really? The game will also automatically save as you go near a glowing lantern. Ah, that is really cool, actually. Where is the glowing lantern? Ah, this. Okay, this is what they meant. So we can save here. So let's do it anyways. And then we'll do another one just in case. And then let's trade. Use photo right to trade for items. Okay. A note that reveals the location of the dolls in the ghost list. Do I have to take pictures of the dolls? Okay. Oh, and there's costumes in the game too, because of course there would be. It's not a Fatal Frame game without one. Oh yeah, and then you get this. Not sure why, but we got one, or I got one, I guess, for installing the game like a while back. And it's locked. So, one thing that I did want to talk about, that I actually learned about a while ago, was about ghosts. So, you know how in a modern depiction of a ghost, just like in this game, ghosts are depicted as transparent, floating, and the like. Oh, and this is locked as well. So we have to maybe try to open the gate or some shit. I don't know. So what I didn't know was, or I kind of knew about this actually, because I read old literature. So if you've ever read anything written before the 19th century, ghosts were usually depicted very differently. So if you were to read a modern book or a modern story that has ghosts in it, probably have to go through that door. Ghosts are usually described as see-through, or, you know, I tried reaching my hand out to touch the person and my hand went through them, right? Something like that. Back in the day, that wasn't the case. Back in the day, by that I mean before the 19th century. Nope, this door is also... What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Now I actually have to think a bit, because I assume we have to find some fucking key or something. So before the 19th century, ghosts were depicted more as like people being in the room with you, like a solid entity, right? Meaning that if you were in a room with a ghost, well, you know, the ghost could see you, the ghost could touch you, and the ghost could attack you, like strangle you and the like, which was scary to think about. And it wasn't until the 19th century itself that we started getting different depictions of ghosts. So, for example, back in the day, again, in the 19th century, we had something known as phantasmagorias, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a picture show. So, phantasmagorias are basically just that. They're shows where you would have a projector just show an image, which sounds dumb, I know. But imagine you go into a room, like an auditorium, a small one, right? There's a bunch of chairs lined up. And then you sit with a bunch of people. You sit with a bunch of people and the lights go dark. Then a projector comes on and then a spooky image appears in front of you, right? And by spooky image, I mean something along these lines. Let me get an example up on screen. I normally don't do this stuff, but this is one of the pictures that would be shown in a phantasmagoria. Or I believe this is a depiction of a phantasmagoria. Of people seeing this, basically. A sort of projection on screen of some scary image. Right? The problem was that back in the day, projectors were not as good as, we'll say, they are today. Meaning that the images that would appear on screen of people of whatever macabre, like, entity they wanted to portray, they would appear faded and kind of floating, right? And I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. That eventually started influencing people in pop culture. By that I mean, as time went on, people would kind of start to describe seeing individuals floating from the corner of their eyes, which was pretty funny. They would be like, I saw like someone standing like in the corner of my room, but they were transparent. I couldn't see them too well. I tried touching them and my hand went through them. It was pretty funny. It's pretty neat how like that how that just influenced everything. I don't think it let me. Oh, there it fucking is. I'm gonna hate this mechanic so fucking much, dude. So a folding gate blocks access to the landing. There's a note stuck in between the bars. A scrap of paper with writing on it. It looks like Madoka's handwriting. Great start. A dull pain has laid heavy in my heart. Ever since I laid eyes on Rogetsu Isle looming ahead of us. Why does the mere sight of the island make it so difficult for me to breathe when I don't remember anything about the time I spent there? Misaki could be right. There might just be something here. When she suddenly told me she was going to Rogetsu Isle, I followed her out of concern. Misaki was so determined to come here, it was frightening. She still won't tell me what this is all about. The island is getting closer now. Misaki's looking at it coldly, as though her gaze were the only thing pinning it to the horizon, the only thing keeping it from slipping away into the night. With Marie and Tomoe already gone, I couldn't bear to lose Misaki as well. And then the gate is shut tight. There's nowhere to put a key, so it must be opened remotely. No, turn around. Oh, turn around. But yeah, it's a very interesting depiction of how ghosts just kind of came to be. Before, they were all just solid objects. If you've ever read, like, I can't remember, was it Hamlet or Macbeth? I get both of them confused, and I don't remember if both of them had ghosts or not. But if you've read old Shakespearean plays, they don't describe ghosts as like faint apparitions, right? Like transparent apparitions. They appear as, well, like solid masses. quite interesting. So I'm gonna guess, yeah. Aso Museum. Madoka might be in this room. I mean, we saw her come in, so she has to be. So, Aso's notes, too. The notebook had dust wiped from it. Someone must have picked it up recently. There was once a great disaster on this island which almost destroyed it and caused Rogetsu Isle to become feared as a place close to the underworld. However, it has recovered from that disaster and is no longer closed off to people from outside the Rogetsu Islands. As an outsider, I had anticipated resistance to my visitation. To my surprise, the chief welcomed me gladly to the island, seemingly in the hope that I would help introduce its native culture, such as the Kagura festival and traditional Rogetsu engravings and craftsmanship to the outside world. I came to Rogetsu Isle to look for materials for my camera obscura because of the unique indigenous culture, the folklore of which is based upon the moon. In that folklore, the sun represents the outer form of things, and the moon the inner. The moon therefore represents memory, personality, and soul. Believing that the soul is still connected to the underworld after the body dies, they say that the moon is a symbol of that world, as well as a gateway into it. That's really interesting. They have a Kagura festival where the souls of the dead return to this world, and the most important element of that festival is the masks worn by the participants. The mask worn by the maiden during the Kagura is the point of contact between the living world and the world of the dead, the underworld represented by the moon. A mask that connects to the underworld. There are many kinds of masks on this island, and I hope to greatly advance my paranormal research by investigating them all. It's a pretty interesting take for this game then. So I was, dead on. There's gonna be a lunar eclipse, and someone's gonna be wearing a mask. And the mask is important. In this case, though, it's kind of interesting how the moon itself is, like, representative of the underworld and also of the inner self. That's neat. So, a camera obscura. So, note from Madoka 2. Misaki and I were making our way towards the Rogetsu Hall. The dizziness I felt on the way here only got worse since we arrived on Rogetsu Isle. The air here is deadly still. It feels so hard to breathe. There's something about the smell of this place. I've had memories rekindled by certain smells and music before, like when I heard the tune Naruka wrote. I remember things, but not clearly. I mean, it's also like a very moldy island, so I don't blame you. Sensations of textures, bursts of pain, vague things that can't be expressed in words. But this time it's different. I feel a dark mass rising up inside my body. It's going to penetrate my head. We should have waited for Ruka. The filament shown at the top of the center of the screen indicates supernatural presence. It turns red in the presence of wraiths and yellow if the ghosts are specters. Huh? When other forces are present, it turns blue instead. The filament shown in the lower right corner of the screen glows blue when you're near an item or something that can be examined. Right? So let's start looking around for things that might be spooky. Such as this. So, Professor Aso arrives. It's an old newspaper article about Professor Aso's visit to this building. It must be, it must be fun. It must be from the time this museum was established. I also don't know when this game takes place. It could be the year 2008, like present day 2008, or just early 2000s. I don't know. Mainland scientist Professor Kunihiko, mainland scientist Professor Kunihiko Aso has arrived on Rogetsu Isle. The professor, having a deep knowledge of folklore studies, wishes to study the legends and traditions of our island. He will also be present to observe the Rogetsu Kagura to be held tomorrow. Hopefully, this will lead to many more visitors coming to us from the mainland. Also, it's been announced that the room where the professor is staying at Rogetsu Hall will be made into a museum in his honor. Oh, that's pretty neat. So he stayed here, and then it became a little museum. That's actually pretty cool. There's so many items we can interact with now. Interesting. So these might be just pictures he took, or something. Guess we'll find out. Alright, islanders found dead. Well, that's actually just a picture of someone, by the way. Yeah, that's just a picture of someone. There's some newspaper clippings of articles about the mass disappearances on the island. Islanders found dead. At approximately 4:30 p.m. yesterday, the captain of the Oboromaru docked at Rogetsu Isle reported the deaths of multiple Rogetsu islanders. All of the bodies were found with their hands covering their faces, leading the police to fear an outbreak of some kind of infectious disease. No survivors found. The police plan to continue the search for those islanders, whose whereabouts have yet to be determined while recovering the bodies. Despite everyone on the island being either missing or dead, there were no signs of any conflict or foul play. Faced with nothing to go on but the sudden disappearance of the island's population and without any evidence of natural disasters, the police remain baffled by this bizarre incident. I'm looking at the spacing of the and the placement of the notes. Normally they put them in the middle. But I guess because this is supposed to be an article, you know, it's positioned in that way, by the way that it is. Do you wanna grab the item? And a blue spirit stone. We got 3. I don't know what these do. They can upgrade our basic abilities of our camera obscura or spirit stone flashlight. Excuse me. Select the camera obscura or spirit stone from the menu, then enhancements, then choose the ability you want to upgrade. Okay. Interesting. I see. So we get nothing anyways right now, but we want to increase charge ASAP, and then max power afterwards. So, loading time, actually, I mean, both of these are pretty good, I assume. Storage, I don't care too much about, and then this just increases, like, the amount you get for taking pictures. That's fine. It's whatever. Okay, so points do nothing here, except be neat. Unless, you get, more of those gems by, you know, doing well. And I assume these are just going to be normal cameras that he donated. I don't think these might be camera obscuras, since our camera obscura was here. Oh. Why won't the door open? It's not even locked. The camera obscura seems to be reacting. Maybe if I take a photo of the door with it. And now spirit photographs or whatever. You will see a hazy field appear on some objects and places in the game. Use the camera obscura to take a photo of this energy field, and things will appear in the photo that give you hints on how to progress the story. Do I just take it? Do I have to zoom into it? Do I have to be like right up to it? You're fucking shitting me. Yeah. You see the difference? Do you see the difference right now? here's the whole thing in frame. And this is me, like, right up to it. Do you know how fucking dumb that is? So here it's the game being finicky. It's not me being a complete fucking idiot. Holy shit. Ugh, that's so dumb. Anyway, here's our spirit photograph. Now show me, yeah, masks. Great. Something appeared in the photo. It shows 5 masks hanging on the wall. And now we have to go find them. Ugh. Like, I love these games, but holy shit, some of these... Some of these mechanics, man. So with the camera obscura equipped, we can quick look by pressing it. But anyway. So we don't get a dodge. It's gone. What was that? It looked like a nurse, but is this the power? Is this the power of the camera obscura? Anyway, where's the 5 masks? Okay, turn around. Yes, thank you. Unless. No, it was specifically 5 of them, like back to back. Oh wait, actually, does it appear here? It does not. Here's all the dump. Look at how many times it took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It took 6 pictures before we actually got it right. It's so stupid. Alright, it should be here under files. Okay. So if it's something that we can interact with, the little light on the bottom right should turn on, and that'll let us know. But so far, like, in terms of atmosphere, the game isn't bad. It's, oh, are these the 5? They are not. It's not so bad, or it's not too bad at the moment. It does a pretty good job at, like, kind of setting the mood and, you know, like this, like that little ringing that you hear. You might come across specters. Okay, so these are shutter chances, right? During your exploration. If you succeed in taking a picture of them, they'll be added to the ghost list. You'll also be able to trade any photo points you obtain for items at save points. Right, that's what the phone points are specifically for. So they want us to go that way. But if you recall from the save point, which is right here, there was an option to get to trade in points for a list of where all the dolls are located, which I did not know we had to keep an eye out for. So now let's try going up here and seeing if we can get into the nurse room, if the game lets us, and if so, we can try to take a picture of one of the dolls and see if this will do anything or trigger some sort of tutorial. And if it won't, and if this does nothing, then I just have to edit all this out later. Okay. I guess we'll let the game be linear for now. But yeah, so far, atmosphere, pretty good. Ghost design, kind of okay. It's worse than 5. Actually, it's probably the worst so far that I've seen in the series, if I'm honest. Like, these ghosts, like, this entire game is very 2008. If you were around during this era, if you were around for horror in this area, you'll see that a lot of these ghosts have tropes that were very popular back then. Fatal Frame 1, at least, for example, was just more about, like, just Japanese ghosts. By that I mean just, like, a person that happens to be dead. Here they have, like, markings and, like, black trails coming out of their eyes and stuff like that, and it's kind of weird. Like, it's not scary to me. But in Fatal Frame 5, for example, they just went with, you know, back to their roots in terms of design, and then they just added jiggle physics, and they made all the ghosts wet. And that's it. But the designs were fine. The faces did not look stupid. Not to ruin the immersion too much, but it's just like, I can't take them seriously. Okay, so note from Madoka. There's a piece of paper on top of the piano. It looks like Madoka's handwriting. I need to write something. Doesn't matter what, gotta keep writing or I'll disappear. If I stop writing, I lose it all. Gotta keep writing. It's no good. I don't know, it's all over. It's getting closer. Melting. Mom, help me. Help. Stop it. Stop it, all of you. Stop shaking me. Like I'm a toy. Blast lens already. So lenses can be equipped on the camera obscura or spirit stone flashlight and have a variety of effect on ghosts. So like camera obscura or spirit stone flashlight from the menu, and the lenses to equip. During a battle, you can press X and use an upgraded lens if you have enough spirit power, and you can change the current lenses. Right? So just like in Fatal Frame, like in any of them, it's here. So if we go to enhancements, we now have lenses. So here we go. So it takes a more powerful shot when used, and that's it. So if we look at the camera itself, we open it up. Oh, do I not have it equipped? Try. Here we go. So now we can equip the lens. So there it is. And now if we do this, it's there. We have to actually either get more spirit power or charge it or something. Never so misplaced key. Well, at least in this game, they don't lock you into the shot, because in 5 they kept doing that, and I don't remember that being a thing in 1, 2, or 3. A projector. It looks like it takes real type films. Where in 5, if we were to take a picture like that, we would be like this until the ghost disappeared. Here, well, we could move around and the like. which is good. So, engraved key. It's a small wooden key with an engraved wooden tablet attached. There's a plaque with something written on it underneath the key. Procedure for opening the second floor entrance hall gate. 1. Activate the switch on the panel in the storeroom under the entrance hall stairs. Ensure the numbers total up to 13. The gate must not be opened without permission from the nurse station. Uh-huh. We're gonna have a number puzzle, it seems. Oh boy. And 5 more blue spirit stones. Good. Still can't do anything, but it's nice to know we have them. And then a mirror stone. So that's a revive if you die. Which so far we don't have any herbal medicine. And I don't know if there's a benefit specifically to sorry, if there's a benefit to specifically having low HP or not using items. But I guess we'll find out. Oh, there's something here. There it is. More herbal medicine. Okay. Yeah, this. The doll's curse has been lifted. Something is lying next to the doll. So these dolls in red kimono are called Hosuki dolls and are a tradition of the Rogetsu Isles. The origin is not known for certain, but they are said to have but they are said by some to have originated as dolls made by parents in memories of their deceased children. On some islands in the area, the dolls are said to be unlucky, but here on Rogetsu Isle, they are placed in various different locations in order to ward off evil spirits. So if the curse has been lifted, that means that probably some ghost is gonna show up now, right? Oh, I'm fucking dumb. Well, here it is. Here's the 5 masks. Yeah, this one's just me being blind. Like, this one's completely on me. So, the wall is lined with masks, like the ones that appeared in the photo. Wait, is one of the masks missing? Maybe here? Well, now the door opens. Sorry, this game does a pretty shitty job at marking what doors. Oh well, I guess here's the okay. That's on me then. Because again, I'm so used to literally any other game that you play, right? If a door can be opened, it'll usually be marked green or white or something. If a door cannot be opened, they're marked red, right? Or orange. Or they'll have an X. So that's on me. But also, like, I guess I should have kind of realized that, because, like, we could go through these, but I assumed maybe the game was just telling me, oh, by the way, all of these are locked now. I just have to get used to it. Because, again, I'm not... This is technically an older title, as dumb as that sounds. And, I'll just have to get used to this shit. But I guess if we would have taken a picture of him and if we would have followed him, maybe it would have led us to this area. Oh. Man in courtyard. And we're back here. Neat. Alright, let's go around. Save.
こっちだよ。
There's a boy standing beyond the gate. Okay, so we use the engraved key. Okay, well, game. Oh. There's just a mummy and an eagle here. Or a falcon. And then that probably says something important. But I'm not going to translate this kanji. Let's check. Anything else? Here we go. Nope. So, investigation stalls. It's a clipping of a newspaper article about the mass disappearances on the island. Rogetsu investigation stalls. 2 weeks into the investigation, there's still no sign of the missing Rogetsu Islanders. Investigators have expressed fears in the case. The case will be closed on this mass disappearance incident due to a complete lack of leads to follow. Many bodies were found with their hands covering their faces. Expressions, so-and-so, leading investigators to suspect a connection between the appearance of these bodies and their cause of death. While that cause has yet to be determined, the possibility of an outbreak of infectious disease has apparently been ruled out. Okay. It's so stupid. Oh, now I can actually do this. So, the panel has several numbered switches on it. Now we're at 21. Okay. I believe the number was 13, right? Yeah, it should equal to 13. So, we've got 4 and 7, 5 and 2, 1 and 9, 6 and 0, 8 and 3. So this should be fine. 5... What was the other one? 3? Okay. Well, if we just take away... That's 0, right? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there we go. That's easy. So the light on the panel lit up. Something has been switched on. Okay, well, that wasn't too bad. It's not like the, It's kind of like that, Resident Evil puzzle. That, what is it, from 4, I think? 4 or 8? Which is the one that has you, like, spin discs? That one can be solved in, like, 2... Like, you just move things twice. And then, you solve it. Moshi. So we've got like glowing blue, meaning that there's something to interact with. Probably here. So control room, summer's end. You're going to reveal a room, but it's too dark to make anything out clearly. You have a flashlight. Use that instead. And I don't believe that red light was on before. And then this is going to be probably locked. Oh, no, it's not. Oh. Now, I remember this doll, because I saw this one. And the doll's curse has been, lifted. Neat. More medicine. What else we got? Is that it? Probably. Okay. Please turn around. Yeah, some of these controls are a little finicky. Like when turning, because the game is set up so that if you press back, you turn back, like you turn around, right? So if I press back, she turns around. If I press forward, she turns around. But if you try to turn like this, sometimes she'll get locked into like some motion, like with tank controls almost, and she will just not want to turn around. And I don't remember that happening in other Fatal Frame titles except for modern ones. I might be misremembering.
おかえりなさい。
So, note from Madoka 2, or 4. It's a piece of paper with Madoka's handwriting on it. Don't look at the face. If you look at the face, you lose it all. Can't see my face. Can't see my face. Just like the other two. Door shut tight. And the doorknob has rotted off. Interesting. Is that now marked as impossible to go through? It is not. It is not even recognized as
こっち。
and some sacred water. So this will just fully heal you. And what's this actually? An old cabinet. It's been used to store medical gowns of the kind worn by patients. This room is full of all kinds of strange things taken from around the building. There's a doll here too. But this doesn't look like one of the other dolls. So there's another... It's so weird. But I mean, this is like a storage room of some kind, right? How many clocks are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 6 of them? Insane. Oh, Type 14 film. So, different types of films have different types of effect, or levels of effectiveness. The more powerful the film, the more damage it will do. Right? And then you can just swap them. So, I've mentioned this before, but in every game, there's like 5 types of film. So there's Type 7, 14, like 24, I think it was 48, and then like 2 more. No, 48 and like Type 00, I believe. I forget. Even though we just did this last week. But just know that they're like as if you get like weapon upgrades in any survival horror title, right? So like Type 07, which is the one they have infinite ammo for, is like the survival knife, essentially. So it does the least amount of damage, but you have infinite uses, which is great. So try to use that one as often as possible. And the one that we just got, which is the Type 12 or 14, is more like a sorry, like a pistol, right? So something that, you know, does more damage than the knife. Okay. Another spirit stone. Anything else? Doll parts, pictures, musical instruments, and other objects are piled up. Right. Start looking. Wait. Yeah, because this thing's glowing. Yeah, there it is. And patient interview, Himiko Kiriya. And then a tape recorder. Okay. So I should be able to listen to this from here. Your records. Voices? Yeah. That's on the telephone, and then this. So, Himiko Kiriya. Recording of an interview with Moonlight Syndrome patient Himiko Kiriya.
テープ回りました。どうですか、気分の方は。
わかりません。気がつくと廊下にいて、月が見えて、月を見ると少し落ち着くんです。
いつからですか。
前の祭りの後からです。祭りが終わってもまだあの感覚が続いているような。
それはどういう。
どんどん自分が溶けてなくなって、何か忘れてはならないことがあったのに、何かを忘れたことも思い出せなくなっているような気がするんです。
そうか。まずこの薬を。安心してください。必ず解放に向かいます。
あの音楽は何です。あの音楽を聴くたびにまた、やめてください。やめて。
わかりました。あなたには特別な治療をしましょう。院長、連れて行け。あ、はい。
Man. The second she started mentioning how there was music playing, the guy was like, this chick is insane. And then probably knocked her out with some medicine or some drug. This is the one that's like, hey, give it back or whatever, right? Yep, and that's it. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else here. Yes, there is. Okay. So, Boy's Diary 1. There's a diary here covered in doodles. April 6th. Rainy day. Rainy day. I found another thing to keep for myself today. It's a mask from the dinner hall. They always take me away when They always take me away when I'm not looking. They know I don't like it. I have to get the pieces back again. I put the mask I found today under the bed so no one can find it, and no one will take it from me this time. If they do, I'll get them. Oh. Now we know. Fatal Frame. When a Wraith attacks, you have a chance of capturing a Fatal Frame. If you time it correctly, you'll take a Fatal Frame, which grants bonus effects. Fatal Frames stun the enemy and inflict a huge amount of damage. While the enemy is stunned, you can string together multiple Fatal Frames into a combo. I can. If you equip the alarm upgrade, the fatal frame icon at the top of the screen will start flashing to let you know when to snap the picture. Right. Okay, so I wasn't getting fatal frames before. That's unfortunate. So, Child's Diary 2, or Boy's Diary 2. This isn't right. Someone took it. If I don't hurry, I'll start disappearing. Who did it? Give it back. Give it back, give it back, give it back. Disappearing. Give it back. There's an old mask under the bed. So now let's grab it. So a rotten mask. It looks like the mask in the dining hall. It could be the missing one. Okay. I'll try to speed back to where we were. And hopefully we don't die along the way. Because I really don't want to use an item. Okay. That did kill me. We used a mirror stone. I am so fucking mad at myself. Oh yeah, we're playing on hard. I forgot about that. Like, why did that ghost do so much damage? That's why. I was confused for a second. Anyway. Oh. I think there's something here. Red spirit stone. What are these for? Oh, right, to enhance lenses. Okay. Oh. Anyway. So all we have to do now is put the mask back where it was in the dining hall. And then from there, we take a picture of it. And that's it. Oh, wait. There was something here. Not this. This. Right. Last survivor dies. There's an old newspaper clipping sticking out of the postbox. The last it'll get to survivor dies. This morning at 10 a.m., the last remaining survivor of the mass disappearance incident on Rogetsu Isle died in hospital. The irreversible physical and mental trauma she sustained have been identified as probable causes of death. Interesting. Run, Uruga, come on. Oh wait, this way. So now we place the mask. The seal on the door in the museum has been broken. That's it? Normally I'd have to like take some dumb picture like this, or a picture of all 5 masks like this, and then it'll be like, oh, the seal has been lifted. Alright, I guess we go back. Save again. There we go. That quick save mechanic is really neat. And then more spirit stones. I guess they really want you to use those. Okay, so the room should be at the end of this hallway, if I recall. And then to the right. Where's the item? Oh, here it is. And then more certain stones. I have to keep like an eye out for that little marking, or the little like flashing light on the bottom right. It's open. Seems to be something here. There it is. Nope. Don't open the door. Grab the item that's right in front of you. Right, more pistol ammo. These are either a bunch of books or... yeah, it's a bunch of books. This bookshelf is well stocked. The inconceivable. Mind without body. Come on. The same shit's gonna happen in this game too. The second that I go to do like the special shot, it's gonna open up the menu because I got hit instead. Fuck off, man. Alright, we can take one more of those before I have to heal. Again. Ugh. God damn it. Well, now I actually have to use this. Because we're about to, like, die. Yep, that would have killed us.